my overall goal for this particular playlist, these ingredient spotlights, is to arm you with some knowledge so you can be a better informed consumer and demystify the back of that product, the ingredient list. Over time, you're going to have a really great, well-rounded knowledge of a lot of the most popular ingredients. Some you're going to want to find in that ingredient list, and others you might want to stay away from. That way you can make smart, informed, intelligent choices when you're looking to add something to your skincare routine. So today we're talking about an ingredient that you do want to find in those ingredient decks, and those are peptides. We're going to be learning all about them, exactly what they are, how they benefit the skin, and how they work within the skin. And we're going to be talking about the different types and some of the names of the most popular peptides that you're most likely to see in the back of your ingredient list. So that way when you do spot that particular one, you're going to know exactly what that is. Peptides are amino acids, and essentially they're proteins, and they each have a very specific little thing that they do. They're signalers, and they signal to the cells to do what it is they were designed to signal. So you don't have like a blanket peptide that just does everything. These are all patented, and they definitely are designed to do just very specific tasks. So like many things, peptides actually were first discovered, and there are a lot of published studies in how certain peptides help wound healing within the skin by stimulating fibroblasts that stimulate collagen production. Collagen, the creation of collagen is the body's own natural response to heal wounded skin or skin that is traumatized. And these published studies found that these peptides were very instrumental in creating that extra collagen. So naturally, this whole thing made its way over into the skincare industry, and we can find them in our cosmetics. So there are different types of peptides. There are those that are called wrinkle minimizers. These do exactly what we just discussed in that they do signal those cells specific to stimulate fibroblast activity, which essentially will stimulate collagen production. This, over time, accumulatively does help, and it has been clinically proven that they will assist in building up the collagen activity within your skin. So the specific peptides that you're going to want to see down in that ingredient list that are going to be collagen related, they're going to increase that collagen synthesis in the skin and send those specific signals, are peptides like Matrixyl 3000, there's a Matrixyl Synth 6, and one that's called Haloxyl. These are those peptides that are going to stimulate those fibroblasts to create more collagen within the skin. So there are others, but those I find are the really popular ones that you'll find in ingredient lists, and those are the ones that are going to stimulate that collagen and elastin synthesis within the skin. Then there are hexapeptides. These peptides block neurotransmitters that actually cause muscles to contract. And so those would be like our expression lines. And these peptides are designed to calm down that muscle activity. I love to see neuropeptides in my formulations that I'm using on my skin. Those are accumulatively going to really assist wrinkle reduction because, again, they signal the muscles to just calm down. They're considered the Botox of peptides. They reduce that muscle activity, especially around those expression lines. So the ones you're going to want to look for, there's one called Snap8, Iceral, and Synake. Those are just a few. There are other neurotransmitter peptides as well. Those are just a few that when you see them, you know, ooh, these are the Botox peptides. Definitely want some of those in there. Inflammation is really, really important to keep down in the skin. If you're at all concerned about aging and trying to keep it down to a minimum and supporting the skin, inflammation you have to keep that down. You have to keep it down internally in the body. So it's an all-encompassing holistic approach. By watching the foods you eat, really cut down on those inflammatory foods, stress, there's a wide range of things that cause inflammation within our bodies, and that is going to 100% reflect in our skin health. But there are things that we can do externally that will really increase inflammation in our skin as well. So we want to keep that inflammation really down as low as we can. So rejuvenating peptides, that is one of the things that they're designed to do, is to cut down, to help support inflammation, cutting down the inflammation response in the skin. These rejuvenating peptides also can actually help lymphatic flow as well. And another task these rejuvenating peptides do is they also support the antioxidant activity in the skin. So antioxidant support, inflammation support, as well as lymphatic support, all assist in healthy skin. Here are a couple of those rejuvenating peptides that are really wonderful to see in a formula are Eyeless and chronocyclin. Those are two very popular rejuvenating peptides, and I love when I see those in my ingredient list. I get asked quite often, when should people start really utilizing some of these anti-aging ingredients in their skincare regimen? But I think if looking at the science, really around age 20, it wouldn't hurt to start incorporating peptides, vitamin A, vitamin C, and just support that aging process as it happens. The peptides are one of those actives that require a very small dose to do very large things within the skin. Peptides are highly specific. They work in very small doses. They stimulate fibroblasts, which is the building blocks of collagen. They signal messages to the cells to synthesize more collagen. And they increase firmness overall in the skin, promoting really healthy skin. So you'll find peptides in a variety of different formulations, from just a water-based, more of a serum sort of gel form. You might find them in an emulsion, which is sort of a lighter creamy consistency, all the way into really more of a heavy sort of moisturizer, eye products. I like finding peptides in as many products as I'm using daily as possible. You don't need to see them way up high on the ingredient list for them to really do a good job. So because the industry knows people are looking for peptides these days, they'll put on there, they have peptides in that formula. But if those peptides fall below this particular preservative, and this one is just a great one because it's found in so many different formulas. But if you find any of those peptides below that preservative, that is an indication you're getting ripped off, that particular formula has so little, less than 1% of those particular peptides, that it really is just a marketing ploy. But you also don't need to see those peptides way at the top of the list either, because as mentioned earlier, you really don't need a huge amount for them to do what they're designed to do, and to do it really well. That's it for this ingredient spotlight. I hope if you enjoyed this, that you'll consider subscribing if you haven't already, and definitely click that bell so you'll be notified the very second a new video is uploaded. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you walk away from this knowing a little more than you used to about peptides. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.